When my brother first passed away, I never actually dealt with his passing. I feel like it was a lot happening at the time. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today guys, in the video that I wanted to do, I've been getting a lot of questions on my social media about self-love and about how to deal with losing people in your life, whether friendships, relationships, passing of friends or family, just how to kind of like deal with all of that stuff. Before we jump into this video guys, I want you guys to make sure you go and subscribe to the channel and become part of this family. If you haven't already by now, I'm not sure why. You guys come back every time I post to watch my videos, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, your post notifications are turned on, and you guys give this video a thumbs up because we're going to be talking about some real stuff today. So the first thing I want to kind of go into would be the how do you deal with losing people? How are you dealing with it? How are you able to move on from it? So the first thing I want to say is losing people, like I said, can be in all different types of forms. So that could be, you know, you had to move on from friendships, you had to move on from relationships, or it could be like you actually physically lost someone in your life. So when it comes to that, how do I deal with it? So I used to be a person who had a hard time dealing with people who like relationships that just didn't work out, or people who decided that they didn't want to be in your life anymore and they left, stuff like that. So I used to have a really hard time with that, kind of like growing up and as I got older, not really knowing how to deal with it all. So now basically what I do is I feel like people are in your life sometime for just a season, right? And a season doesn't have to be metaphorically where it's like, oh, it's only a few months, right? It could be a few years, it could be a few months, but people are in your life for a season. And so now when I go through the transition phase of losing people, from them walking away from me or vice versa, I look at it as this person was in my life for a season. What did I learn from them? And what did I also give to them that they were able to learn from me? So it's not really so much as a tough loss. Does it still hurt? Absolutely. Especially if it's a situation where you had to walk away from people that you really love, or they walked away from you and you really love them. And so just kind of constantly trying to get over that type of hurt. It's trauma in a way. Trauma can be different forms of things. So when you lose people that you really love in your life, that is a form of trauma. And so it's up to us to do the work to get better, so that way you're not becoming depressed or anything like that, which I have been there. So I've been depressed from people leaving me, or me having to leave situations. And so it can be very like draining mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So what I would tell you guys is, I don't know if you guys are religious at all, but try to cling to something with a higher power, and constantly tell yourself that if they left you or you had to leave them, that's for the greater good, right? You don't want to be around people who you feel draining. That's number one. Number two, you don't want to be around people who you feel that you're a burden to. And if they feel like they don't want to be your friend for whatever reason, that's okay. Like, cutting relationships sometimes is needed. And we just have to learn how to deal with that and how to grow and move on from that. So if you are going through that and you have lost friendships, relationships, it's okay. It's a part of life. It's a part of growing. It's a part of like just kind of going through everyday things that people go through. It's a part of everything. So it's okay if you're going through that. But like I said, first remember to accept it and then grow from it and move on from it. Because who's to say that you didn't leave a situation in order for God to open up something so much bigger for you, or something to enter your life that's going to actually be a blessing for you. So don't hold on to things like that, guys. Like, seriously, I know it hurts in the moment, and it's probably going to hurt a little while after, but it's okay, because wherever there's a door that closes or people that leaves, there's always something better on the other side for you. So just keep that in mind. When it comes to losing people via passing, that can be a little bit different. That's also a form of trauma, in my opinion. But when you lose people to death, whether that's like them being sick or murder or whatever, it's very, very hard to deal with. And I think that for me, I lost one of my brothers. I don't know if you guys know that. If you're new to my channel and you haven't watched like my wedding vlog that I did when I traveled with my family back to Ohio. If you haven't watched that vlog, I want you guys to go back and watch the vlog. But I went to visit my brother's gravesite when I was there, and it was very hard for me. It's always still very hard for me. He passed away when I was 14. And now I'm going to be 32, so it's been a very long time, and I still deal with that on a day-to-day, because you're always wondering, you know, like, what if, or how would he be, or would he have a family, would he have kids, you know, how close would we be, how close would our kids be, where would he live, like, what would he be doing, all these questions, because he was so young at the time. So I deal with that still. I would say the one thing that gets me through is keeping people close to me who I know who love me, and constantly just remembering good times and memories that I had with that person, and knowing that everything happens for a reason. But I think it's normal to still always wonder or think in the back of your head, like, I wonder if he was here, well, how would he be? You know, those kind of thoughts in your mind. I think those are all normal thoughts, and I wouldn't say like, oh, don't think about this person, because this person was, you know, part of your life for, you know, however long. So it's okay to do that. Just try not to dwell too much on it to where it puts you in a state of depression. When my brother first passed away, I never actually dealt with his passing. I feel like it was a lot happening at the time, and my mom took it very hard. So for me as a 14-year-old girl, I didn't want to make things worse for my mother. Like, I felt like if she had seen me be sad and crying, how could I be strong for her? So as that 14-year-old girl that I was, I tried to suppress how I felt, and to try to be strong for my mom and my brothers. As I got older, I realized that I never actually dealt with it, and so it was something that really, really bothered me. And then now, it still bothers me in the way that it happened, and some things, you know, within all of that. But I would say that I'm definitely learning how to still like cope with it, healthy coping. And Steph actually helps a lot. I'm able to just kind of communicate with him and talk to him about how I feel. And that's nice to be able to have that. And so it's like, I miss my brother every day. I do. I miss him every day. But I also feel like he is probably in a better place than here. So that's what I would say. If you guys have any comments, make sure you guys leave them down below about coping mechanisms and things like that. Some positivity towards people who might need it. The one thing I've learned is that people who are going through, especially you guys, like my subscribers, you guys are doing it in a private way. So most of the conversations I get are like DMs and things like that of, you know, how to do this, how to do that, and me trying my best to give you some of the wisdom that I learned over the years. So don't hesitate to reach out. And like I said, if you guys have anything positive to say, put it in the comments below, because people are reading that and somebody somewhere needs to hear it. So the second thing, how to love and accept your body type. So actually for me, this is very, very challenging still daily. The reason why mostly is because growing up, I was always very, very thin. I was very active. I was very thin. Once my brother actually passed away, I remember that summer I gained like almost 30 pounds because I think I was suppressing my feelings, like I said, to be strong, but I was like eating a lot, and I felt like that was like my way of coping in a way. So like I had gained a lot of weight that summer, and basically from then, that point on, I feel like I've been battling with weight gain and weight loss, and learning how to accept myself the way that I am, and what is my normal weight, things like that. So it's been a struggle. It's challenging. As you guys know, right now I am on a weight loss journey to just be a better version of myself. So it starts with you. That's what I'll say, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, I want to lose weight because, my boyfriend or my girlfriend wants me to be thinner. Or I want to lose weight because I want to, other people to like my pictures more on social media, things like that. And that's not a reason to do anything like that. That's not a reason to even hate yourself or your body type, right? How much love are you pouring back into you, So that's like maybe telling yourself every day how beautiful you are, even if you're on a weight loss journey, right? Because at the end of the day, you're doing it for you. So if you feel like I'm not at the best weight that I could be, or I'm not as healthy as I want to be, I don't feel the best about myself, and you're taking the steps to change those things, you still need to be pouring into yourself, because you are still beautiful. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. It doesn't matter if you don't look like an Instagram model, if you don't look like a regular model, if you're not a size 6, 4, 2, 8, 10, if you're not part of that like skinny like phenomenon that everybody feels like is so important nowadays, that's okay, because you are beautiful. You were born and made the way that you are, and as long as we're allowing other people to say what's not beautiful, we're never going to love ourselves, right? So we have to set the standard for ourselves, and we have to love ourselves first. So this is something that I'm like more so growing into over the years, loving who I am regardless, right? So I had someone tell me once, probably like maybe like a year ago, I would say, like, oh my gosh, you would be so, she said, oh my gosh, I could see you modeling. You have the most beautiful face, but you would be so much more beautiful if you lost some weight. Now, at the time, I was just kind of thinking like, first of all, you don't know me. You don't know why I'm the size that I am. So you need to mind your business. But then I thought about it, and I was like, am I going to allow this woman to dictate how I feel about myself and let her put standards on me? You know what I mean? No, because who are you to do that to me? So, we have to love ourselves first. And any type of negativity that's coming your way, shoot it down or remove it. Like, that's how I feel about it. If you like that you are a plus size girl, then be a plus size girl and love yourself. If you like that you are very, very thin, then love yourself. If you like that you are curvy, enjoy your curves. If you're in a situation where you don't like the way that you look because, you don't have the most curvy body, or you're not the skinniest, or you're not the thickest person, is it because you actually don't like that, or is it because of what you see in society that's supposed to be so appealing, right? We have to determine what we actually don't like and what we actually like, right? So I'm learning that for me, I like curves, right? I just like a slimmer version of curves. So that's what I'm working towards. And what my body type, my perfect body type for me, what that might not be the same thing for you. And that's okay. I don't want to be a size 4. I don't want to be a size 6. That's just not what I want for me. I like curves. I'm half Latina, so it's like part of my structure is curvy already. So certain things about me I can't change, right? So why would I want to? Every person is built differently, and we have to be okay in welcoming to all of that. And the problem is that most people aren't. And so when you spread hate and you see that so much in the world, then you internalize that on yourself, and you shouldn't. You need to love yourself. Like I said, the way that you are right now, do you love it? Do you actually love it? Doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. Do you love it? Do you love yourself? When you look at yourself, do you feel good? When you get dressed, do you feel good? When you do your makeup and your hair and you put your outfit on, you go out and you know, into the world, how do you feel inside? It doesn't matter how people look at you. There's a girl I follow on here. Her name is Danny DMC. And she's a plus size model. She is so beautiful, and she is so she spreads so much love towards body image and self-love, and I love to see that. I love to see a woman who, you know, is thick and curvy, and she got cellulite and she got stretch marks, and she is rocking it, and she is showing the world that this is what women look like. Not, you know, all women are going to be a size 2 with no stretch marks and no cellulite and, you know, all this stuff. Like, that's not realistic for the world. Especially as a mother myself, I feel like that also played into, you know, like body image ideas in my mind. It's like, oh, well, I have a mom now, so my body changed, and this is different and that's different, and, you know, that's okay, because that's part of being a mother. Right? Part of being a mother is you might gain weight. Part of being a mother is you might get stretch marks. Like, that's all part of being a mother, because you bring children into the world. And so I feel like some people don't understand that, and, you know, that's okay. But like I said, you have to be willing to accept and love who you are. I also don't agree with society's standards. Like, plus size is what, like a 12 or something? That's not realistic, you know? So yeah, it's just like, you have to be okay with loving who you are. And as long as you love you, that's all that matters. Also, when you love yourself, you're also, you will gravitate towards people who love you, and people who will come into your life who love you as you are. So if you guys also have any comments about the topic, about how to promote self-love, about how you yourselves love your body, even men, please comment below, guys, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say. It's really important to me, and I know somebody, like I said, somebody out there needs to hear it, and it's up to us to spread that positivity and spread that love, you know, that people need. Being plus size is not talked about enough, that it's okay to be plus size. It's okay to be thick. It's okay to have curves. It's okay to be super thin. You know, and if you feel like you want to have some sort of surgery, you know, to each its own, do that. Because if it's for you and not for someone else outside, then I say do it. You know, just make sure it's for you and it's what you really want. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys comment below. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. I love you guys so much, and I'm hoping that I'm able to spread some love and some positivity to you guys. If you guys don't follow me on social media, make sure you guys follow me at spicy_key on Instagram. Put my handle here. I also have a Twitter, a Snapchat, and a Facebook. So it's going to be in the description box below, so you guys make sure you follow me on those as well. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.